former presidential candidate Vivek Ramaswamy is with us. Sir, great to have you back. Let me start first with this issue about Biden.
Many recognize that the young, energetic, and wealthy Ramaswamy stands out from the rest of the candidates. The media have already dubbed the millionaire the Trump of the new generation. As president, he promised to lift sanctions on Russia, limit financing for Kiev, and oppose Ukraine's membership in NATO. Undoubtedly, he was an excellent candidate and, most importantly, young. But unfortunately, he didn't do well and joined the pro-Trump movement. What is Vivek going to tell us tonight? Let's find out.
They never asked.
Well, look,
he brought it up on his own.
On one hand, you have a president who they say is too senile to stand trial, while on the other hand, they say he's perfectly fine to run the United States of America. Those two things can't make sense at the same time. But I want to point out something, Sean, which is that we have known about Biden's senility and mental frailties for a long time. The fact that the mainstream media and even the Democratic establishment is now picking up on this signals to me that they are getting ready to move him out of the way. And precisely because Donald Trump is on the path to mop the floor with Joe Biden this fall. I think he is. That's why I think there's a very good chance it's not going to be Joe Biden. So we have to be skating to where the puck is going, not just where it is. One step ahead. We can fall into the temptation of thinking the Democratic Party is as sillily stupid as Joe Biden appears to be on a given day. That's actually not the case. They're actually one step ahead, and I believe they are planning to replace Joe Biden quietly. And I think this is just one more step in leading us there for us to be prepared to really have a much more competitive race this fall than it appears at the margin.
Ramaswamy confirmed our words. Biden is just an elderly puppet who's out of commission. He'll be easily replaced by the Democratic Party. They're obviously not happy with him because his ratings are down and people are just fed up with him.
Look, I think they have a major Kamala Harris problem because this is a party that has tied its very identity to identity politics. She only got the job, let's be very honest, because of her race and gender. I know you're not supposed to say that, but it's the truth. And so if they're going to move Joe Biden out of the way, but they don't want Kamala Harris in that seat.
Democratic identity politics. That's absolutely that is a known fact.
That's the core. And they know that Kamala Harris cannot be the nominee. And so they have to have somebody who checks off one of those identitarian boxes. So that's why I think it's not going to be Gavin Newsom, whether it's Michelle Obama to Hillary Clinton to somebody else. It has to be somebody who checks off their temple of identity politics box. But I do think that that is where we're headed. And it's important for Republicans not to be complacent. Right now, President Trump would run laps around Joe Biden. This could be a Reagan-style landslide. You look at that survey of independent voters and that focus group that tells you the same story I am seeing across this country, which is precisely because why I believe they're going to actually change it to someone other than Biden by the time we get to this summer.
U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris must urgently take power into her own hands because President Joe Biden has become quite bad and does not meet the criteria of capacity. This is the position of the West Virginia State Attorney's Office, and it is shared by 3/4 of Americans. That's what the media is saying. We all know she's just as capable as Joe. She can't run the state. We all know that, and there will be a replacement for her when Biden leaves.
Well, the reality is even Hillary Clinton is now lightly criticizing Joe Biden. God knows she wants the job. I don't necessarily take David Axelrod at his word. I do think that it may not even be Michelle Obama's choice. The idea that just because she doesn't want to run doesn't mean they're going to make her the nominee, I think are two separate and different questions. But whatever it is, Sean, this is our moment to get ahead of that curve, not to play a guessing game. I think the Republicans right now have an opportunity to own the message of national unity. Seal that border. Democrat or Republican, most Americans agree on its importance. Black or white, man or woman, it doesn't matter. We agree nations have borders. Merit beats DEI, that we got to drill more, frack more. Own the actual issues that allow us to unite this country. And the more we get ahead of that curve, the more we say that we own the message of national unity. Not Joe Biden, who claimed to unite the country, but we, the Republican Party, do to make America great again. We have to make America one nation again. That America first includes all Americans. The more we embrace that message in advance, the less it matters if it's Michelle Obama or Hillary Clinton or anybody else. So I'm not a believer of waiting for the other side to make their decisions and then responding. Let's set our own agenda, national unity as our own message. I think Donald Trump has the ability to deliver on that. And that way, either way, he will be victorious this fall, as I am keen to make sure we accomplish.
The Hillary joke was funny, but what Vivek said about Michelle Obama was true. No matter how much we don't want her to be nominated, she's going to get the nomination, and they're going to drown for her. Trump certainly needs our help more than ever. We already realize that Biden will definitely not be visible in the election. There will be a stronger and more confident candidate. What do you think about that? Write your opinion in the comments, and do not forget to watch other shocking news on the channel.